Assalamu alaikum and hello, dear viewers. The very first episode of Development Dialogues, and we have an amazing guest with us. And I would like to start the podcast with a question for our amazing guest. Hello, Hamza.
Hi, Shah.
If you can please introduce yourself and tell our viewers a little bit about your journey. Although I know this journey very well, but for the viewers.
I'm Hamza Qaiser. I am a tech entrepreneur. My company name is Skynok. We are working on AI solutions for development sector and in general too. I come from a tech background, and but I have been involved in the development sector for quite a while now, and that's how my journey is going right now.
Tell us a bit about your early journey as well, where you grew up and
Okay, I belong to a city in Punjab, Pakistan, Narwal. My family is from there, and they migrated to Lahore for education and all that. When I was, I think, I was 2 years old, I don't even remember living in over in the village and all that. So yeah, that's how it started. When I did my early years of education in Lahore till my A levels, but I would, even though I was living in Lahore and studying there, I still spent half my life traveling in other cities and going back and forth to Naraval constantly, spending all the my summer vacations over there and all that. So even though I was studying in Lahore, still half my life was spent back in other traveling in other cities. So yeah, but I really love Lahore, and it is still the city I love the most, even after traveling so much in the world. Then I came to NUST for my bachelor's. I did my bachelor's in computer science. Yeah, it was a really good decision. Even in hindsight, if I see that, it was a really good decision to go to NUST because it has one of the best courses for CS, and it is an overall grooming course, not only for your technical skills, but it grooms you in your entrepreneurship, and as you gives you around completely around personality all over. So yeah, I started my software house in while I was studying in UST, and we did started from web development, app development, all these stuff that mostly technical people do. We started from Fiverr and Upwork. Yeah, that is what I have been still continuing till now. Then when I was graduating from UST, I got an offer from Zong as a PM project manager. Uh, and it was a remote job. I didn't really want to do a job ever, or mainly focus on my startup and all the company I'm running. But the role was really good, and it was from Zong. They proudly say they're the subsidiary of CM China Mobile, which they say is probably the biggest company by number of employees in the world. So that was a really big organization to work with and to understand how things go in the real world and how the big companies operate and all those structures. Also, like getting a technical project manager role right after your CS degree is almost unheard of. I didn't do this before, but when I was about to leave Zone, they told me like you were the only one candidate from 15,000 applicants that got selected on this role because nobody gets a role of PM starting directly from your CS university, getting from university. So yeah, now then when I left Zong, I started my own startup that was focused on green on combining the agriculture aspect of it and my technical background because I belong from an agriculture family. It was I saw that here companies facing the people of Punjab facing problems specifically related to agriculture, and my family also suffered from that because of climate change and all that. So yeah, I thought why not I use my degree or my education to solve these problems. Then I started Skynok, and I
okay, this brings me to my second question, which is, when was that first moment when you thought that, okay, you have to do something for sustainability or you also have an interest in sustainability? So although I know you've told our viewers that it was Skynok, but maybe that moment of realization that you have to do something. What was that moment?
Okay. Yeah, there were a lot of floods happening in those years, 2022 and 2023, and the smog problem was growing really big. We see smog problem in cities and spaces a lot, but it also affects the agriculture a lot. Because when there is like a cloud cover or a smog cover on the fields for almost 1 month or so they do not get any sunlight, and it is difficult for the crops to grow, and that greatly reduces the outcome of the crop and the that we have. So seeing these problems, I saw we should do something for this, and I had a technical background to involve in this. So we started using AI for crop analysis and to increase the yield of the crop and reduce resources that are used for this, in turn reducing the carbon emissions that are done during agriculture, that are produced during agriculture. So that was the point of my starting, and that's where it started. Then I saw an opportunity to apply in the Indus Award. I applied in that, and I got included in NIC Lumps and won the best UN Doing Startup Award on this. And that's how it continued from there, and it's still going on.
Usually, what happens, Hamza, from people from the tech background, like they are only in the tech side,
Yes.
and people in the development or the climate or environment side, they don't know about the tech side.
Yeah.
So you are someone who comes from a tech background, but you are also someone who's connecting technology with climate and development side. So yeah, this is an advantage for you, and a very rare case in Pakistan where people from the tech side come to the development side or the climate side. But yes, how is it going?
It has its ups and downs both, because there's a lot of reasons people in the tech side from Pakistan do not go towards these things. Or firstly, in universities, we are really not taught on these things, SDGs and all that. Although we are encouraged in our FIPs and in journal on our own, we try to follow that, but it's not really a big thing in the university curriculum. Starting from that, I think one of the biggest thing is that tech industry in Pakistan is doing well, and people in tech do not look at other places they can do so. And mostly, almost all my class fellows that I know, they got good jobs according to these Pakistan standards, and they started doing jobs, and mostly are still doing jobs, not doing things of their own because they got comfortable. When you're doing a job, you have a fixed salary, yeah, you get comfortable in that field, so they continue with that, and that is, I don't think that is a wrong choice, career choice that they have, but it's the reason why don't people from tech field do not look at other places, and they continue into tech further and further, because it is quite a lucrative field, not only in Pakistan but abroad too. Yeah.
Amazing. So this brings us to our shared journey. Finally, we go back to the last 2 to 3 years. We have done LCOIs together. We have been going to COPs together. What has this journey been like for you?
This has been an amazing journey and filled with so many memories that we have. I think I would not be able to recall all of them even if I wanted to. Yeah, I got into then again from the Indus Award, I got into COI, and that's how I met you in COI 18. And during all this preparations of all that, the Mohammed Salim from UNICEF encouraged me to apply for it, and I got selected. So I got to know about the street. That's where this all this started from. I did not know about any of this before that. Like LCOI was happening in NUST that year, but I only got to know about it because it was happening in NUST, and my juniors or my friends were there. So I knew that something like LCOI is happening. And I did not even know something like COI or COP existed till then, even then. Or after that, I did not even bother to search on it. But when I got accepted in COI, I connected all the dots and got to know about that. Then I went to COP, and so it was a really fun experience. And the experiences at Koi and Cobb are unmatched, especially Cobb, like it is overwhelming, uh, really overwhelming. We had really good experiences over there. It's so overwhelming that whenever you come back, you really get depressed because it's so stimulating. You get to meet, or I think the best people from all over the world, and when you come back, things are not the same. Even if you want it to be, or even if you are in the same space, but still it cannot be replicated anywhere else or be the same. So it even if you don't want it to, it gets you a bit depressed and all that because that's how human brains work. So that's how it started. Then we yeah, next year we were applying for NCOI. I was encouraged by my mentor Fabio, and I also talked to you about it then, and we applied for it together and got selected that year, and that was also really
It was our golden year.
golden year.
Yeah.
Also had oh man, that is a different story. A lot of ups and downs, and a lot of people do not know what happened behind the scenes and how we pulled off the biggest elbow ever in the world. Like it's still the biggest elbow ever. No one has ever done a bigger one.
And I don't think someone can replicate that. Not even in Pakistan, not even in the world. Like I still remember when I used to tell people that we've done 8 alcohols, not just one in Pakistan, but 8, which is like 7 pre-alcohols in all the regions, and then the biggest national alcohol. So I remember when we used to go, when we went to Koi 19, right?
Yeah.
People were so shocked. You guys did an amazing alcohol. Even when I still remember one person said, you can check if you Google Koi, it comes alcohol Pakistan. that was the level of impact that we made with alcohol. Okay, a lot of memories are there, but maybe talk about one memory that's like related to alcohols or cops. Maybe one from cop, one from alcohol that is like totally unforgettable. One from cop, say cop 29.
COP 29. I think the treatment we got in Azerbaijan was still unforgettable. Like as a Pakistani, how we got treated in Azerbaijan is like unbelievable. I think everybody in Pakistan needs to experience that once in their life.
Yeah, the kind of hospitality that we receive as Pakistanis from Azerbaijanis, that's unmatchable.
We are quite hospitable nation. It's like how we treat foreigners over here. We were, I think that is the only country where we were treated like that over there. Like people were not taking money from us and helping us going out of their way, and everything was really nice about Azerbaijan. Yeah, that is experience that I remember the most. I didn't want to go there again for that.
Yeah, this is something I experienced recently when I went to Baku. So this was my third time, and all those memories from COP came. Although it wasn't such a big conference as COP, UF 13 was a relatively smaller one, but because it was in Baku, they made sure it was one of the biggest. Like before this, I would say people didn't know about what is the World Urban Forum, but now people would know what is the World Urban Forum. And Baku, once again, like it inspired us definitely. Now, one memory from Elkoi, good or bad, truly unforgettable.
Truly, the final whole event is really unforgettable. I cannot. There's so many memories. I cannot even single out one. But let's think about it. Let me think about it. I think probably when we were concluding the LQI and all that, and getting the award from you in front of everyone, and finally knowing that we have done it. After all that, that was really amazing, and that was probably the best memory. I still remember going on stage and seeing all those people that we have made come and gather together, and that was a really good feeling. Yeah, really great feeling.
Okay, now coming to the next question. We've worked a lot with young leaders in Pakistan. What did you learn from working with young people in Pakistan? Was it worth it?
It is worth it. What I've learned is that young people in Pakistan are really energetic and are much better in technically in all aspects than other people of other regions and all that. But one thing that we need to talk about is the leg pulling and the politics that happens in not only in Pakistan but this region that we have in Southeast Asia and all these countries, especially in our countries. It happens all over the world in young youth spaces, but it's really extreme in our region. So that is one thing that really puts me off on this, and we need to address it before anything else. And also, I think that's why my favorite goal is actually 17, and that is what we need to focus on and people move people towards collaborative mindset rather than competitive and all that. You know?
That's my favorite word too, and I would second what you said. I still remember when there used to be no alcohols in Pakistan. I'm talking back in 2021, 2022. And our neighboring countries used to have alcohols. And I used to say, why are alcohols not happening in Pakistan? What's the problem? And I used to look up to other people like in the climate sector whom I considered better climate advocates than me at that time. And I was like, why is no one doing an alcohol in Pakistan? But then we, when we tried our first alcohol 2023, the one in Nust, and when it happened finally, and on the politics behind it, definitely. So then I realized that, okay, this is why alcohol was not happening in Pakistan. And the next year, although I was like experienced, the next year when you were there too, you also got to experience all those politics, the leg pulling for no reason. Just because you are doing something good, and the other person cannot do as good as you, they just start leg pulling.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is something that turns off. But then if we are talking about these cases, they are just a few people.
Yeah.
There are millions of youth out there. I think we should be not put off by those few people. Just like we tackle them, we are going to tackle, and our youth will be tackling those spaces and what you call wrong numbers, right?
Yeah.
And I think the millions of youth should not get suffered by, say, for example, alcohol going away from them or alcohol not happening because of those few cases. So yes, we should be, because our purpose is a bigger one, and it's for millions of youth. I don't think a few people should be able to put us off.
Yes.
So this brings me to the next part, and that is, how can technology help solve development and climate challenges?
There are a lot of ways that technology can help in this aspect. Like, for example, I will start with my startup. I've been working on AI longer than it was the cool to work with AI and all that, even before that, because I belong from tech background and we have been working with these technologies before, but AI is much more broader than what people think it is, because it's not only LLMs and mostly ChatGPTs or whatever LLMs that you are using. It is much more broad than that. So we can have tech solutions to solve our environmental problems, like for crop analysis, we can use ML and AI for different aspects. Also, using LLMs and all that can also help the development sectors in a lot of things. Like we have recently worked on projects like you can apply grant using AI. We have a grant portal, built a grant portal on that, and we are building different efficiencies that you can have in your organizations by using ERPs and AI analysis on different problems that you have, having AI analysis on your knowledge base that you have gathered, or AI insights on your whatever data you are gathering from different sources. That can help you solve the problem and have better data on better information to know what exactly the problem is and then even to solve it. So AI is one of the biggest technologies that we have as an advantage right now. But let's see how it goes. Right now, we are AI, complete AI automations can also really increase your efficiency of the whole organizations. For any organization, not even only the development sector, but in any field that you're working in. So we are doing also AI audits on that. You need to understand the whole organization flow, and you can use this to increase the efficiency of the organization and even reduce their cost and increase their profits.
Okay, amongst those technologies, amongst all these emerging technologies, Hamza, which one excites you the most?
Right, I think it's AI. AI. Everyone is talking about AI, but it has been long before AI was there. But people didn't knew about it before. I think ChatGPT made it famous, starting from that. But we also need to be wary of these using these technologies, because you cannot just implement them into your systems and not see how sustainable or in how it going into the future. Like if you look at social media, it is much more corporate now. Previously, social media companies were only trying to acquire users and make them accustomed to these technologies, but losing money. Now they are starting to move towards generating profits, and you can see it in whenever you use any social media, it is much more corporate and much more company friendly and not user friendly. So that is what stage AI is in right now. It is people AI companies are still burning money to make people accustomed to AI and to their products. But when they will start trying to earn money from it and generate profits, you need to be ready for that, and develop your strategy and whole workflow accordingly to know if these services come.
Okay, talking about these new technologies, and because we are so much into youth empowerment, how can young Pakistanis use digital skills or AI technologies for climate action? Some examples, maybe.
For climate action, there are a lot of ways you can use it. Firstly, it is much more easier to make your own companies and run them, because it's like it's an efficiency improvement. So even a single person can do a lot of work in a company which they would previously were not able to do so, and like that is one thing that you can do. Others are using this for analysis, and mainly knowing how to use AI in analysis for different aspects. We have a lot of data, and we are gathering a lot of data still, and we can use AI for these analysis.
Okay, so this brings us to the next segment. What advice would you give to a young person who wants to get involved in this side, in sustainability or climate action?
You should start young, like very young. Yeah, we have seen a lot of young people in COP, especially children. They are starting young, and that is where if exposure happens on that aspect, that is a bit sometimes a negative connotations too. But it's still, I think, better if the earlier you start, the more impact you can create, and the more you are well versed in all of these things.
Okay, there are a lot of opportunities that maybe we know, but young Pakistanis are missing out on them. What would those opportunities be? Maybe this would be the best part for our viewers.
There are a lot of opportunities I think, like go to COP funded. People keep asking us this question: how to go to COP or how to go funded, and people have a lot of problem with that. There are a lot of opportunities related to that, but you need to work for them too. Like no one is going to give food to you on the plate. You need to work for it, and you need to see on there. Everything is now available online. You do not even need to go to anywhere else. You need only internet or a phone or a laptop, anything. You can do anything from that and see all the information is available online. There's nothing hidden in it. Like people think like someone is hiding. People do try to hide specific opportunities, but they are really less. And even if you like if people try, you can find all of these available on the internet. Internet is quite good for this.
So we are coming up with some platforms also for opportunities, But yeah, one of the latest that we just launched for COP is called the COP Delegates Lab, and it's something that is going to make that COP journey easier, because I know for first timers it's very difficult. People even spend a lot of money, they invest, and usually they overspend because there is no one to guide them. So this is something that we have designed. It's in the very initial phases, and something that's going to make that journey very easy. So the next question is, if you were starting your journey again today, what would you do differently?
Maybe I would also stay in tech field like other people, maybe, and only focus on that. But I still have loved this journey, but the politics really puts me off and all this. I really don't like how this field operates. I know why it is like that, and I know how to deal with it, but it takes a lot of energy on that, and you can spend that energy on many better places. Yeah.
Yeah, but politics is everywhere, right? Usually people say that climate space is not political. So with say our conversation and with our examples, we can surely say that it is political down to the grassroots level, and it's also political in the global level. It is politics.
Yes, it is.
Like in COP, how to build consensus, how the global north is treating the global south. Politics is there on the top level too. So it has to be there at the grassroots level, and I think that once you go through this political space, one can be way more experienced for the global space. I think without it, you wouldn't be so prepared for the global politics.
Yeah,
so in a way, it's a blessing in disguise too.
Yes.
But yeah, I also agree that, just politics for the sake of politics, like polling and all, that's something. If, for example, we are all working for the same cause, politics should be for, say, some interests, if someone else's interests are infringed and so on. But if our interests are collective and we are working for those interests, so why do politics? Just to bring in your logo, for example, or your name? That is something, so now comes our next segment, and that's the rapid fire questions. So I'll be, I need those rapid fire questions with me now. Okay, so are you ready, Hamza?
Yes, I am.
COP or the UNGA?
COP.
Okay. Alcohol or some non-alcohol Erythritol summit?
Alcohol.
Alcohol
For sure.
Okay. AI or blockchain?
Yeah.
Okay. This one is specifically for you. Climate advocate or tech entrepreneur?
Tech entrepreneur. I know your audience is want me to say climate advocate, but I would say tech entrepreneur.
This one is difficult for you.
It's not what the audience wants to say.
Yeah. One book everyone should read.
The Alchemist.
The Alchemist.
Yeah.
Okay. One skill every young person should learn.
I think learn to unlearn. The world is developing a lot. You need to learn to unlearn to know how to do things better now.
Yeah, because if you don't unlearn, then you would be stuck to, and things are changing at a fast pace. So learn to unlearn. I like that one. One word that describes Pakistan's youth.
Dynamic or diverse. Yeah.
Yeah, the diversity is there.
Diversity is
also because we come from different ethnic backgrounds.
Yeah, there's a lot of diversity in Pakistan.
Like for foreigners, they don't know much about Pakistan. They think we are a homogeneous kind of one ethnicity people. Yeah. There's a lot of diversity. Yeah. Okay, one myth about climate change you want to break.
That it's not happening. Like it's a really popular myth, even especially in the US, all that's happening. It's really, I think, even painful to see that.
For example, Donald Trump. Yeah. When it comes from Donald Trump, that climate change is a hoax.
Yes.
So yeah,
that is the basic myth you need to break. Yeah.
So one app you can't live without.
Well, I really want to ditch my phone, but in WhatsApp right now, you cannot live without WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is the
Yes.
most used. Okay, your preference of remote work or office work?
Remote work. I would prefer remote work, but if everybody considers knows the responsibility and knows how it is not different from working in an office, and it's not a pass to a holiday. You need to still work on those days. Yeah.
Like from my experience, you know that Skillistan we've been running remotely, but just recently setting up the office, I see a lot of progress because it, the timings, the meetings that you can do physically and all, it is a bit changed. Like for scaling up,
Yes.
it's different, yeah. So one sustainability habit everyone should adopt today or tomorrow.
Sustainability habit. I think trash is a really big problem in Pakistan, throwing trash anywhere. I still remember I was at Nust and it was a big, she's a really famous vlogger now. She was not really much famous then, back then. She came to Nust and she was there. I used to watch her vlogs then. And the only thing she talked about, she was telling Pakistan and making videos all the time, was the trash in Pakistan. Like how she cannot make a video of every place because it shows trash everywhere and it does not look good in the video. So that is a really big problem that we have with Pakistan. It is improving, but it's also has a the broken meter theory works in it. Like if you see one packet of trash somewhere, the pile is going to accumulate. If the first packet is stopped, only then you can stop the trashing thing at all.
Okay, what is more important, degree or skills?
Skills.
Yeah, because our people, they just think that, once they'll be doing the degree, everything will be fine, they'll get a nice job the next day. But when it comes to skills, they usually don't have the right skill set.
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine, Hamza, if you had $1 million for one project, what would you bet?
Skynok, I think I will still work on this because solving the food security problem is a really big issue still right now. Like most of us come from privileged backgrounds, we don't understand how difficult it is to live with such a problem. And almost more than 2 billion people are still malnourished in this world. So that is one project that I would like to work on and still solve the problem.
Okay, one international opportunity every young person should apply for.
You can apply for the COI is happening.
Yeah, COI would be.
COI is a really good foot into the door of any. Like my journey, I don't know what any of this without COI. Yeah. So I learned a lot from this. Had made so many good friends all over the world, which we still have. And
me and you also.
Yeah, we also went from COI.
From COI.
So yeah, it is free to apply. Why not just apply for it?
So what's a hot take about youth development?
Youth development. What kind of hot take?
Like, what's your take on it, on youth development in Pakistan?
It is happening, but still not at the pace that I would like it to have.
I would say youth tokenism is happening a lot.
Oh, that is also, yeah. Greenwashing was happening now. Youth washing is the new term that's coming up. Yeah,
just bring in a few youth and just brand it that okay, it's youth focused and my problem is that those few youth that go there and be part of that youth tokenism are also part of the problem. Yeah. Even if they don't realize it, I don't blame them. But for example, if you go there and the other youth see one, you are also disappointing them, you are pushing youth tokenism, you are kind of being a victim yourself, but you don't know. You just think you are branding yourself and all.
Yes.
So describe yourself in 3 words.
3 words. Firstly, I would say diverse. Yeah, I'm in dynamic too. What else did I say? Ambitious. Yeah.
Okay. What's one thing schools should teach but they are not teaching right now?
Schools are starting working on tech skills and AI very young, but not on these SGs and all those things. And schools in Pakistan really don't teach anything like traffic rules. In Pakistan, we should be taught traffic rules in school and all these life skills are also really important to know while you are young.
By the way, I remember in our school, I still remember, it's a young memory, but our school principal was very ambitious and all. He brought in someone from the traffic police department and they gave us a proper the thing you were talking about. So I have that in my memory and I think they should be teaching that.
Yeah.
And also the SDGs. So we are coming up with some initiatives for that. But I wish if any stakeholders are watching us, they can definitely be part of that program. So, what's one climate solution people are underestimating?
Climate solution, I would still say AI. Yeah, the use of AI in climate change. People are not really underestimating it right now, but they are limiting it to only one domain, the LLMs. There are much more domains and use cases of AI that they can have.
Okay, LinkedIn or Instagram for career growth?
LinkedIn for sure, yes. But you can also get career growth from Instagram. Like that is also.
But that would be maybe some careers, right?
You can find customers or clients or any connection anywhere. Like I don't think it's only LinkedIn, but LinkedIn is obviously the main.
If there is a choice between these two,
then
it's
obviously LinkedIn.
Yeah. But generally speaking, you should be there on all platforms.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, one message for Pakistani youth in 10 seconds.
In 10 seconds.
First think about it, maybe in 10 seconds.
The problems that you identified, I would like to talk on that. Like, the world is really big, and you should focus on doing your work and not pulling anyone else down and all that. So maybe focus on yourself and doing good for yourself and others too, instead of pulling anyone down.
Yeah, and support other Pakistanis if they are also, doing things for Pakistan.
Yes.
Okay, the next segment, questions, short answers. What's the biggest mistake young people make when applying for international opportunities?
I think be yourself. Do not try to over sell yourself or say something you have not done and essentially lie in your application.
Over exaggerate.
Yeah. Recruiters know.
And this is something that also hampers other Pakistanis' opportunities for applying because they make a mindset about all of them are like this, I think.
Yes.
And maybe overly using AI.
Yes, that was
using AI is not a crime. But if everything is AI dependent and you cannot even write a sentence about your own self, so then that's bad. Okay, can AI replace jobs or create more jobs?
This is a really bad misunderstanding about AI, that AI will take jobs. Even if it takes jobs, it will also create new jobs. So I think it will create more jobs, and only you need to upskill yourself and be ready to upskill and have different roles where maybe you are already having, integrating AI into your roles. So that is probably the way to go, and it will obviously create more jobs than have them.
Okay, why do most talented young people never reach their full potential?
It reminds me of the logical fallacy that we have: if you are intelligent, why are you not rich? Like this is a really paradox that we constantly face. There is a lot of the things that might hinder, firstly like politics or a lot of things happening in other people in your life can hinder that. Maybe not caring yourself of your physical health, that can also be a hindrance to reaching your full potential, or getting involved into other
I would say not getting the right mentors also,
yes.
or not seeking feedback, because if you are, all in yourself, you never
not open to feedback, like not open to criticism.
Yeah.
You need to listen to everyone, but also need to know what to not pay heed to and all that. That is also a really big skill to learn, and you can only learn it with time.
Okay, what's the one thing you wish you knew at age 18?
Age 18? Okay. I am still learning, like we are learning every day, but I would like to have know about the STs in this field much before then I got to know about it. Yeah, that's what.
Okay, what's the fastest way to stand out professionally?
Fastest way. Okay, I think the fastest way to stand out professionally is to build something, build a community, that you can build a community around it. And there are a lot of different people think starting companies and entrepreneurship is easy, but it's really not, because you need to master a lot of skills. You need to be jack of all trades and rather master of all trades. Even if you're not doing everything yourself, you still need to know what your team is doing and how they are doing it. So maybe that is what I would say.
Okay, are we focusing too much on degrees and too little on skills generally in Pakistan?
Yes, I would say yes.
Everyone is into degrees, and not building their skills while doing the degrees.
Yeah, also the degrees are not, the academia has a lot of gap with the industry. That is the main problem. If degrees were much closer to the industries, then maybe they would have been better, because they would give you skills and all that. But skills are obviously,
for example, someone doing a 8-semester degree and then not even being able to speak
yeah,
or present.
Yes.
So that's like the biggest gap. This
Yeah.
means degree is not giving you the skills.
Yes.
Either the degree should be giving those skills, or then if it's not giving you, you have to get those skills from somewhere else.
Yes, especially in the tech field, like Pakistani companies still look for degrees, but internationally you need to know how to get the work done, how to get it done. You need to have a skill, but not your degree is not a requirement for most places. If you can get the work done, nobody cares about your degree. Yeah, they will hire you for really good.
Okay, I know there is a dearth of opportunities in Pakistan. Like abroad, there are many more opportunities, say, for their students. But still, there are opportunities. What would be that one opportunity in Pakistan that you think no one is talking about?
Opportunity in Pakistan, yeah. I think the cost of doing work in Pakistan is quite less. So if you get work from anywhere else in the world, that is a really good opportunity to learn. Simply on the economics aspect of it, because you can get much more work done in much less in here, and get paid much better for it from anywhere else in the world. That is an opportunity that people don't really look at. They only keep focusing on Pakistan and not look at the other outside world that we have.
Okay, the last question, Hamza. Imagine it's 2035. What positive change would you like to see in Pakistan, and what role will young people play in making it happen?
I think the change is already happening. We are moving away from a competitive environment to a collaborative environment. It's happening, but I would love to see if we are in a totally collaborative environment by 2035. Especially the youth is the one that are going to lead this, because the older generation are fixed on their ways, they are much more rigid on this, and but the younger generation is much more better. I would still want them to get even better than that. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, this has been one of the best conversations that we've ever had, Hamza. And I wish we could go on and on for hours.
But
thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for these conversations. Thank you.